got that country feeling.
Welcome. I'm Bonnie Blomfield, host of It Takes a Village. Thank you so much for being with us. Today we are really thrilled. We have a very special guest. We have Chris Jensen. Chris is a longtime member of our Santa Barbara community. He owns Jensen Music, and they've gone through a 40-year anniversary in our community. Chris does many things, and he'll tell you about it, but they sell instruments, they give music lessons, they have children's camps, they repair guitars, many things. It's been a long-time hub of the music community. I just want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
And let's see now. Is there a primary activity you find yourself engaged in?
Yes, it's doing this store, talking to people, sharing how they play instruments, what instruments are like, what they're made of, and how they sound and how they play, and do a lot of repairing of instruments too. Mm-hmm. So that's my main thing every single day. I love it.
Yeah, people love you. It's very educational. There's a lot of training and teaching that goes on in this building, that's for sure. Tell me, when did you come to Santa Barbara?
I came to Santa Barbara in 1973. We opened the doors of our store here in December 1st of 1973.
Wow.
Yeah, been a while.
That's great. When you came here, what were some of your thoughts about Santa Barbara, or your first impressions of it?
Well, I'd come to visit friends that I had living in Santa Barbara prior to that. So I would come to visit them every 6 months, then every month, then every week, and pretty soon I just moved up here because it was so much nicer than the place I had in Los Angeles at the time where I was working.
Oh, great. And boy, what a value to the community that decision was.
Thank you.
Let's see. Tell me a little, if you like, a little history of your younger age. What kind of went on with you as a youth, if I may ask?
Well, we moved a lot. Like every 4 or 5 years, we'd move from starting in Denver, and then Texas, then back to Colorado, Nebraska, and the East Coast, as my dad took better jobs in the education field. And but at each of the schools that we were with, that I went to at that time, they all had music programs. Some pretty much more extensive than I think is around a lot of schools these days, where every one of us needed to learn to play an instrument at the time. So whether we wanted to or not, some of the instruments we play were a little tough, like for a really young person, a violin's kind of tough, but which I did. But then after I set it down as a young person, I came back in my mid-20s, picked it up again, and started playing fiddle, which was a lot more fun than classical. So.
Wow, I never knew that you played violin. I do know that you have a fabulous violin teacher, Laura Nelson.
Yes.
And I know that she actually teaches quite young children.
Yeah,
and has
starts
a lot
them
of
at
fun
3 years
with
old.
it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's great. The violin, I didn't know that. Let's see. Now, a lot of things happen in the teenage years. And don't answer this if you don't want to. Were there any decisions that you made around the age of 14 that maybe got you on a constructive path, or you don't have to say the other path. I doubt that you had much of one, but 14's an interesting age to
Interesting
me.
age, yeah. Well, at that time I was going to regional high school in New Jersey, and
Wow.
my dad had a job there. He was an assistant superintendent, so he'd go in and work on weekends, and I got the opportunity to go in and work in their wood shop, which was
Wow.
very well equipped because it was a brand new school. So that part of me never had the kind of tools available to me like that was in that shop at that time. And so I started building things just for the fun of it, and it really kind of stuck with me that from there on out I always made sure I had some tools and could work on things, and that's how I blended the retail end with the store here with the repair end. It just started working on instruments and repairing, and I've actually built a couple.
That's fascinating, because I know I don't know really that much about the music world, but even I have heard that you're a fantastic talent in repairing and taking care of things, and knowledge about many different instruments. But that's fascinating that your father was in education, because when I think of this shop, I think of fun, but I also think of lots of people learning things. So I didn't really know that your father was in education, but boy, does that make sense. Let's see. Are there any physical locations in Santa Barbara that are particularly significant to you?
Henry's Beach. When I first got here, I had a van and a dog, and
what more does one
that's
need?
right. And at that time, there was no restaurant. There was at Arroyo Burro Beach, which is not called, but we always call it Henry's Beach. There was no restaurant. It was just random parking. You pulled up in the dirt on a hillside, and they had one pipe coming out of the ground to kind of rinse off after you've been down to the beach. So me and my dog stayed there for months, and uninterrupted.
Wow,
Yeah.
how fun, how neat. I bet you a lot of people in this community have great memories about Henry's.
Yeah.
It's such a sweet, fun place. Let's see. Are there any special, this is kind of a hard one, any special resources in Santa Barbara that you think few people know about?
Yeah, that is kind of a tough one.
There's therapeutic riding, there's
Right.
lots of nonprofits.
Lots of nonprofits, and there's a lot of them that are related to music and the arts, which is the ones we see. And I've seen a lot of growth in that in the years I've been here. There's the Arts Collaborative and some events going on there that will, help them. There's a group called Notes for Notes, which has done an amazing job with the collaborating with the Boys and Girls Club to provide instruments, education, and recording in the Boys and Girls Clubs. And then some of the people that are involved in that have actually asked us if about a nonprofit organization, and so about a year ago we incorporated Jensen Music Foundation, which is supporting the art and craft of making music.
I didn't know that. That's incredible. The other thing I've heard about is Seymour Duncan, I believe, is buying instruments and putting them into the schools. I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but I know he's doing something great.
Yeah, he's associated with a event at Notes for Notes. He and Kathy Duncan that started the Seymour Duncan pickup enterprise. And he started here with us as an independent, about maybe 100 square feet to himself, to wine pickups, and
wow,
it was kind of fun having him here. He'd do guitar repairs and changing out pickups and electric guitars.
Boy, I'm learning a lot here.
Yeah.
I also know there's something, I think, No Child Hungry. I'm really concerned that in Santa Barbara, with all our wealth, which we love, that in fact every night there are some children that go to bed hungry. And I've heard, I think one of your guitar teachers or something plays with Jeff Bridges, who supports No Child Hungry.
Yes, yeah, that's Bill Flores. He's a multi-instrumentalist, been with us for 25 years, and just a great musician and friend and coworker.
Great. I've heard one of his many specialties is repairing guitars. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you could sit on a bench, which of course you can, at Shoreline Park and have a chat with any Santa Barbara person, which one would you pick?
Wow, that's there's so many that would be really enjoyable to chat with. You know, some of our political leaders, of course, some of the educators out at UCSB. I mean, that is really, such
what people, wow.
a gold mine of education out there. And then there's the huge amount of really fun musicians in this town that are well known.
Sure.
Some are kind of laid back a little bit, but other ones are out there all the time. So I would actually just soon gather a group.
Okay, more is more.
I can't pick just one.
And have a little chat.
Yeah.
Play together, maybe. You know, Steve Pinner's a local attorney, truly a fabulous person. And when I asked him this question, you know, someone from Santa Barbara, he said, no, I would like Bush. I want him to explain that war and things like that. And someone else said they wanted Stephen Eisenstadt, who is the president of Pacific University. So it just really points out the fabulous people in this town. You know, and actually, I think the people that come through your door are pretty amazing. Let's see, if you had an extra $1 million and you wanted to donate it, an extra, to any charity in Santa Barbara, what one might you think is of value?
Well, direct relief, I would think, would be probably number one, and because the work they do is direct and probably as immediate as you can get for delivering supplies to where they're needed. So, but the second one would be Jensen Music Foundation. Because
okay, sounds good. Yes, close to home,
Yeah.
interesting, and certainly beneficial, and the money's sure going to go where it should go. You know, I know a little bit about Direct Relief International. I used to go there with a friend and pop the lenses out of glasses, and they would, because for some, I don't know, they would donate the frames all over the world, but they are so direct and so immediate. And they had a fabulous world map where they had pins where they were immediately supplying things at that moment. So that's the fabulous concern, that's for sure. Okay, now let's see. Are there any questions or anything that I haven't asked you that you might want to talk about? One thing I've heard about is that you have fabulous camps for children, rock camps, and what I've certainly noticed going through your shop is kind of the wholesome atmosphere. The parents are here, lots of children. You're a very, very respected, trusted person in regard to children. And you know, I think that's really a wonderful achievement for our city because we're so worried about bringing up our children. I think in that case it definitely takes a village. And you've really done more than your part in that department. You know? Early
on I recognized that this had to be no drugs, no alcohol operation, and that extended for now 42 years. And then the other thing is our rock camps. We started that in 2007, and that was our first rock camp. And we have kids coming in age 9 to 15 that never played instruments, and we teach them how to play the instrument. They form little bands. They pick a crazy band name, pick some songs, and at the end of the week they have a performance for the friends and family. And that's every summer we do that, and it's well attended, and the kids have a really good time.
Wow. That reminds me, Laura does recitals also.
Yeah.
That's
Laura does
really
recitals,
fun.
and the
Wow.
parents really appreciate that, to be able to see their children move up and play and you know, show their talent.
I've always found you completely remarkable, because I feel you have this kind of strength and compassion together, which is really a special, special combination, you know, and I think you've given so much to this community, and I know we have to wind this up right now. And so I just want to thank you and say that it takes a village. I'm Bonnie, the host of this. Thank you all for joining us, and I just really want to say we super appreciate Chris Jensen at Jensen Music, and I forget the address, Della Vina.
2830 De La Vina Street.
Thank you.
The Little Ralph Center.
Yes, that's right. And people are very welcome here to come in, and you know, it's of value to just come in and walk through the shop. It's educational, just seeing all the different instruments, different people, activities that are going on. It's a very wholesome, welcoming, fun kind of community center. And so I really in particular want to thank Chris for adding so much to our world, and it takes a village. Thank you.
Thank you. Guitars start with these little guys like this. You know, they're inexpensive little guitars. When we get 3-year-olds that start playing guitar with one of our instructors, that's Laura Nelson, and then they go up to 3/4 size and then full size, and those are in the neighborhood of like of $79. And then we come over to this wall, which is the kind of the other extreme. And these are our Martin guitars, and this particular guitar is probably one of the most best-selling guitars of the Martin company. It's a HD 28. Now I'm going to show you a tuner, since that wasn't in tune. The phone.
The phone.
This is pretty cool. This is such an important thing, is being able to tune up a guitar. And they sound so much better when they're exactly in tune.
I've never seen one
That's what a guitar should sound like. Oh, that's a good one there. And there's more things over here too, like we've got these ukuleles. Like this little guy here. This is called an aqua ukulele. Everybody remembers My Dog Has Fleas. My dog has fleas. Nice contrast between this size and this big old bass here. Come on over here a second too. There's some stuff over here that you might like to see. Like the banjos and mandolins is a great instrument, especially the people that already play fretted instruments. You know, to be able to pick out a tune on a mandolin or a banjo, a lot of fun. And last but not least is our electric guitars. Now we're calling this the dark side because the lights aren't on yet, but you can see there's a nice range of electric guitars to allow you to rock and roll. then of course the amplifier's awesome.
Hi, I'm Bonnie from It Takes a Village. We're here on Ortega and Santa Barbara Street. What have we discovered? It's a Steve Nipper company. Let's go in and check it out. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hi, Bonnie. I'm great. Thanks for stopping in today.
All right. What's going on around here?
Well, we're here at Soul Wave, where we make people's water better.
All right. And I'll say that you have a pretty good reputation in this town. How did you earn that?
Well, with 23 years of service to the community and doing a good job and standing behind what we do, that's what we've earned.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. And I just want to thank you, Bonnie, for helping us support It Takes a Village. We couldn't be happier.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care. And so we learned more about Santa Barbara. We have a company that helps the economy of people because of their prices, and they help your good health with good water. Very, very important. Thank you, Steve Nipper at Soul Wave.
Hi, I'm Chris Jensen from Jensen Guitar and Music Company, and I'm proud to sponsor It Takes a Village. And just so you know where we are, here's my card.
It started out one Saturday night at the Condor. You told me you didn't love me anymore. We started picking up the pace, then much to our disgrace, the bartender said, "Will y'all kindly leave?" Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. And I'm thanking God that I'm over you. We went on over to your mom's trailer condo. Pretty soon, a coffee table flew. Well, the neighbors, they called the cops. They made it stop. And then your dog bit off my shoe. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. And I'm thanking God that I'm over you. the story is there is no moral. I'll leave that to those folks on Fox News. Another man might have been angry, another man might have been blue. Me, I just went out and bought some shoes. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. Ha, ha, yeah, yes, I'm over you. I do. And I'm thanking God that I'm over you. They're playing with Jimmy and Tom. Yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay, gone on the base. I'm living and being with Daddy and Mom. They have the old records of Hoppy and G. They've got that country feeling